Good afternoon and welcome to the Yorkshire Voice podcast on this very electoral Friday, the 3rd of May. Coming up today, it's National Walking Month. We'll be hearing from our reporter Lesley O'Connor about that. We'll be talking about the local elections, of course, and we'll be discussing the newly announced Gavin and Stacey finale. I'm Ben Webster and I'm joined today in the studio by...
Hello, I'm Lesley and I am going to talk to you all about walking.
Lovely. We have...
I'm Theo. I'm just here to kind of enjoy it and
we're happy you're here.
Contribute whatever I can.
And we've got...
I'm Matt and I'm the resident Gavin in it, Stacey expert.
He very much is. Now, we're going to start off with the local elections, and we can actually go over to our reporter at the count in Bradford, Phil Towers.
Hello. So that was just me pretending that it was an echo, but can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay. What's the atmosphere looking like over there at the moment, Phil?
The atmosphere is electric. I mean, it's just a lot of people counting stuff, to be honest with you, so maybe not. But it's actually, there's a lot of buzz going on in the room. There's it looks like everyone's on the lunch break now, actually, because a lot of the tables where people have been counting have actually been deserted now. But there's no results expected just yet until around 3 o'clock. So just to give you a bit of an understanding of where I am, so I'm currently at Sedberg, which is one of the counting locations for Bradford's elections this year. So there's 18 of the wards here that are being counted. And whilst we've not had any results yet, we have had some indication of what the turnout's looking like. And it is slightly up on where it was last year. There's a few wards where it's actually fairly high. And what we're sort of seeing this year, it's quite an interesting one to see how it's all going to play out, because we have a large number. I think there's 14 of our wards that are being counted here have an independent candidate, and there's various reasons for different independent candidates standing, but a lot of them are part of a group which are standing with a lot of discussion around what's happening in Gaza. That's something that has been playing out around the city in terms of a real sort of discussion point. So that may well influence some of the voting today. There's, we're wondering if maybe actually some of them might actually overturn some of the seats that are currently being held. We're just sort of hearing from some of the sources that we have here that that there may be a couple of casualties, particularly in the sort of the city centre wards, and that's sort of not the city centre ward, sorry, but the sort of the sort of inner city areas where there are some sort of challenges going on there. So it'd be really interesting to see how everything plays out today.
Well, thank you very much, Phil. And the wider result over the country, quick reaction to that.
Well, obviously overnight there was quite a bit of reaction to what happened in Blackpool. I know that neck of the woods very well. Obviously it's not been a great time for the Conservatives. They lost that seat. But in general, it's looking like it's an okay night for Labour. I think some of the issues like I discussed with Gaza, I think, are maybe not helping them have the complete breakthrough that they were hoping for. But once all the results come in, it is quite a slow process for this. It's obviously counting today where I am. There's been some overnight. There's some that still take place tomorrow. So it's quite a long, drawn-out process for this local election cycle that we have.
Well, thank you very much for coming in with us today, Phil. And we'll be hearing more from Phil on BCB Radio throughout the day as he's covering the live elections. Thanks again, Phil.
Yes, you will. Thank you. Bye-bye.
See ya. Now, just quickly, the big news, of course, with the elections recently has been that Conservative incumbent Ben Houchen has held his seat in the Tees Valley mayoral election, however, with a significantly reduced majority compared to the 2021 result. Interesting, during the campaign, he refrained from mentioning the Conservative Party or Rishi Sunak as much as he could. Here's what he had to say following his victory today.
It doesn't matter to me who the Prime Minister is. I'm going to do all I can to make sure I get the best deal for the local area. So absolutely, I was a supporter of Boris Johnson. I'm a supporter of Rishi Sunak as well. And even if there is a change of government later this year, or Rishi's still Prime Minister, or it's somebody else, to me, I'll work with anybody if it means getting things done for local people.
So, guys, despite this being a victory for the Conservatives, clearly he had to not mention the Conservative Party or Rishi Sunak. Anyway, what do you think this means for the Conservative candidates going forward in their elections?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Yeah, wow. I think it's time to close the door on number 10, is it?
Yes, potentially.
It looks that way.
If his name is such a bellwether for a poor performance,
Yeah, it's not looking good for the Tories, is it? It's that's almost really evident at the moment.
They seem to really be struggling. But after that, we're now going to go over to hear about National Walking Month from our very own roving reporter, Lesley O'Connor.
Hello, I'm Lesley and I am in Bingley. May is National Walking Month and I am here in Bingley. I have interviewed Danny Jackson, who is going to tell us all about guided walks. And also you can do your own walks if you choose to. And I've interviewed a few people to find out their experiences and what has brought them out today, apart from the weather, which is absolutely beautiful today, but what has brought them out, why they are out walking. Why do you like walking?
It's healthy, it gets you out in the fresh air, it's really good. Also, I've got a dog, so he loves it.
Yeah, and
But
what do you like about this area?
there's loads of walking areas, not only the park, you can go through the woods, the canals, Leeds Liverpool Canal, it's really good and healthy.
Yeah. A National Walking Month.
Right, well, I must confess I didn't actually know that, but I'll take your word for it.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, there's quite an active sort of walking community in Bradford. There's we at Bradford Council run some year-round guided walks, but we also have information about self-guided walks that people can download, print off, and go and explore the Bradford district themselves.
I just like walking. It's good for you. It clears your head, makes you feel better. Like with children, you can talk to them. You can point things out, nature things and stuff. And other than that, they're just not. So no, we just like it, and we try to get out every week. And well, we've come today from Keighley. We're walking around the park. We're going to go up 5 Rise Locks. We walk on the canal, don't we?
Yeah, canal walking.
We walk around Haworth.
Yeah.
We do the sponsored walks, or we walk around Devonshire Park, Cliff Castle Park, Laycock, anywhere, weather depending.
Yeah.
But then, as well as the council, we work closely with groups like I don't know whether you've heard of the Walkers Are Welcome groups.
Okay.
And there's one in Bingley, there's one in Baildon, there's one in Burley and Wharfdale. I think they're looking at setting one up in Ilkley at the moment. Right. And they provide guided walks and around their local areas as well. And there's also groups like the Ramblers Association that run regular walks around the district. So there's a lot to go at.
Yeah, well, me and my colleague, we went out this morning and we went to Bingley.
Yeah.
And we did the
St Ives.
St Ives, that's it, St Ives.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're really fortunate in Bradford because although a lot of people think Bradford is very urban, which it is, but the Bradford district is pretty much 2/3 rural.
This walk is it a 4-mile walk? Is it the Bingley walk?
Well, there's all different ones. Round here, you can go in loads of different directions. You can walk up to Cullingworth, side the golf course. Providing you stick to the paths and do it the right way. But yeah, it's really good, but there's loads of walks.
During lockdown, particularly when people couldn't travel abroad or go, on holidays and things, a lot of people discovered the local countryside around where they live. And we noticed quite a significant increase in people using local footpaths and green spaces in the Bradford area. And I think that's continued because I think people recognised not just the physical benefits, but the mental health benefits of being out in nature and exercising. that's carried on to some extent. The actual demand and the interest in going out and walking in the countryside is as high as it's ever been.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Walking. We love walking. We come out with the dog in the fresh air, and it's really nice. It's relaxing being out in the nature, whether it's raining or sunny or whatever. It's just nice being out in the fresh air.
Yeah. Do you think it's good, like physically? Do you think it's good for your mental well-being, or that's not really what you come out for?
No, absolutely. Like being at home with 2 kids, like it's a lot easier to be out in the fresh air. The kids enjoy it. We're all much happier when we're outside rather than stuck in. So we really enjoy it.
We walk everywhere. Don't get the bus if we can help it. I've walked children, grandchildren to school. Always walked. I absolutely love it. And we try and do a big walk about once a fortnight, don't we? When weather lets us. It's good for your health. Good for your health, and it's good when you go out with your grandchildren and children. You can talk to them, you listen to them, and you hear a lot more than what you would if you put them in a car and drove to school. And schools are congested anyway with traffic round, and I think everybody should walk to school if they can.
Yeah, that was my piece on walking.
Yeah,
Ben.
thank you very much,
Yeah.
Leslie. Some lovely bird songs out there.
Yeah, there is, isn't there? It was a beautiful day and really enjoyed the weather. The birds were out singing away to us. So, yeah, do you enjoy walking?
I love a good walk. Nothing better. There's a lot of stuff about how walking through woods is really, really good. The amount of oxygen it's produced by the trees.
Yeah.
Now, our next one today, Bradford College have in fact submitted an application to have a shipping container restaurant installed next to the David Hockney building, which is on their campus. The plans would see a street food kitchen and a new seating area being put in. College have said the creation of a new covered external dining and cooking area enables the development of the curriculum to include skills associated with external street food and alfresco dining. So the college will be gaining both a new food venue and a new space for students to learn the ropes of cooking in a realistic environment. Now, firstly, if you could have a new food stall at Leeds Trinity University, any cuisine, what are you choosing?
Oh, that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Sorry, let me answer that. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
Let's have some West Indian food there. You know, some rice and peas, curry goat. Oh, Saturday soup, but we don't have to do it on a Saturday, do it for the week. But yeah, let's have some West Indian food there. I'd love that.
Yeah, I'd love some Mexican food.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of Mexican food.
What particularly? What's going to be your go-to meal there?
Like tacos.
Yeah,
they're unreal. Just like I don't know, you can have 3 if you're hungry, or 1 if you just want a snack. You know, like it's
nice.
Like little picky bits.
Yeah.
Matt, what are we saying?
I've got quite a boring answer, if I'm honest. And I think it'd be really cool if they did like 2-week residencies of different cuisines.
Oh, that is actually a very good answer. Unfortunately, it is boring.
It is incredibly boring.
You've been voted off the show.
What would be the debut though? What would be like? Come have a look at this.
I think I'm going to go with Lesley. I think some like West Indian sort of cuisine. That would be really good to kick it off that way.
Yeah. Let's do it.
And now, so it's being built in a shipping container, and I'm curious. What else do you think they could put a restaurant in? What's the weirdest possible venue you can imagine them putting a restaurant in?
I mean, that is brilliant. That is brilliant because there's a fantastic Italian restaurant in Leeds, Pontefract Road, in a shipping container. So
there is.
Yeah, there is. You've definitely got to go. It's absolutely beautiful, and they've got like free shipping containers on top of each other, and it's a fantastic venue. You can rent it out as well. Not that I want to promote them or anything, but here goes.
Do we think they could fit it into a smaller venue, possibly a wheelie bin of some kind?
Wheelie bin.
Who would want to visit that, for God's sake?
Well,
we'll see
if they can get it cleaned. If they can get a shipping container cleaned up to put a restaurant in, who says they can't put a wheelie bin in?
What if it was a skip? Yeah.
Recycles.
You know them big ones you can wheel about. Like
a skip.
Dumpster. Yeah.
Big one, big skip with wheels.
Big skip.
You can ride around.
A dumpster, you said.
Yeah, dumpster.
Yes.
What about like an old aeroplane? That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, that would be
that'd
good,
be cool.
actually.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah, right
an
next to the
aeroplane.
airport.
Yeah. Oh, we like that. Yeah.
And guys, finally tonight, we're going to be discussing this afternoon, the beloved comedy Gavin and Stacey has revealed they will have a new Christmas finale episode. Originally ran, of course, for 3 seasons between 2007 and 2010, with the most recent episode being a 2019 Christmas special. However, this episode, they've promised, will be the last one ever. Now, given that I have never watched a single episode of this show,
Same here.
in a couple of sentences from our experts, what are your predictions of what will happen in this finale?
They left it on a massive cliffhanger last time, in which character Nessa proposed to character Smithy.
Oh,
Spoilers. By the way.
Spoilers.
Whoa,
Although
yeah,
if it was
good.
2019, I think it's been 5 years now.
It's past the time.
It's been 5 years. I'm allowed to spoil it now. Obviously we'll get the outcome of that, whether they're going to go for the predictable and make it all big happy endings, or whether they're going to put it on its head and flip it around. I don't know.
What if they skip ahead in time straight to the divorce?
Skip ahead in time.
So, Matt, obviously, you really enjoyed this program.
I
mean, I think you was a little bit disappointed that I didn't know
I was
what
a
you were
little bit,
talking
yeah.
about. But yeah, you seem like you really enjoy this program.
It
So,
is-
what is your one highlight about it?
Oh Christ!
There's a lot
I
there.
think
There's a
there's-
lot going on.
I think the way it's portrayed, it's like it is just like you can see it in your own life. I suppose it's not massively glamorized.
Okay.
It's very sort of gritty and down to earth. The characters are very much like, oh, that reminds me of my friend so and so.
Okay.
Like Gavin's parents, for example, remind me of my grandparents.
Yeah.
Because the familiarity to it, and I think that's what makes it so like homely, and why a lot of
Right.
people can relate to it.
Okay.
That's why I love it so much. I think.
Yeah.
I
I think
feel
I've
like-
got to give it a watch.
You
Sorry,
do.
Ben.
You do
Yeah,
have to
I've got to give it a watch.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was going to say it feels like one of those classic British shows where it's all a bit grey, it's all a bit dreary, but it just makes it feel a lot more realistic to
Yes.
Britain. And if they had it brightly lit with everyone wearing bright colours, it just wouldn't feel like a proper depiction of this country at times. And another question for everyone, including those who haven't watched the show: is there a show that has stopped that you wish could have one final extra episode?
Oh.
What show do you think that would be? And now Darren, I know you have a lot of strong opinions on TV shows. Is there any here that you think would fit the bill for that?
Yeah, I could say I want a final season of the OA on Netflix. Cruelly cancelled.
The OA?
Yeah, because that left it on a massive cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And then Netflix cancelled it. So it'll be the OA.
Yeah.
Mine is The Real McCoy.
The Real McCoy.
That was before you were born, guys. Oh my goodness. I absolutely loved it. I loved it. And what I loved about it was that it was black actors on there, and talking about their life. Yeah, brilliant show. So I'd love that to come back on.
There's a show called Lovesick. I don't know if anyone's seen it.
I have.
You have
Is it the one with the smashed glass? Am I thinking of a completely different show? Where it's got
I
some
don't remember
kind
any smashed glass, but I think there's 1 or 2 seasons of it, and it was about. I don't know if it's podcast material, but it was about someone getting in contact with all of his ex-partners for a certain reason, because he may have had to tell them something new. And then it kind of never finished what it was saying, and it was really funny, and it was like comedy, by the way, not serious.
Nice.
Comedy.
Okay.
Cool.
But
Ben, I'm struggling here.
You're struggling.
You have to take it on.
You're struggling. Well, I mean, I've got to be honest. The first thing that popped to my head in terms of wanting not a final episode, but I'd just like to see what happened after the ending of the Italian Job. Always bugs me. Did the bus fall off the cliff? I do not know. I just like them to do a quick little 5-minute clip. Maybe the bus falls off the cliff, as long as I know the result. Sick of all these cliffhangers, honestly. Far
Never
too much
watched it.
suspense. No?
No.
Oh, it's a brilliant
No.
film.
Okay.
So offensively British. It's got everything you could possibly want. But thank you for listening in. If you have today, that's all we've got for you for today's podcast. As to when we will be back, it won't be anytime soon, sadly. But don't let that stop you from tuning into everything new coming from the Yorkshire Voice, coming from the LTU newsroom, and from BCB Radio. So Thank you for listening. And from me and the rest of the team,
bye for now.
Goodbye.
Woohoo!